In Module 7, we're doing pretty extensive work with arrays. One thing that we haven't really talked about is how to deal with additions to and removal of items from a multidimensional array. So I want to talk that through, and I also want to show you a little trick that is convenient for examining arrays. We're going to be working with an array, much like the array that we'll start with for the fruit stand assignment in A7. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to print out the array, but we're going to do it in a way that allows us to really examine the structure of the array and see all of its parts. So we're going to use these pre-formatted text tags, the pre-tag in HTML, and we're going to, inside of those tags, use the print r function to print out the array in a structural way. So when I run this code, I'm going to get something like this, where it shows the main array, and each element of the main array, 0, 1, and 2, is each an array unto itself that contains 3 elements. So the first subarray is the bananas. We see that there's 10 and they are 250 each. It does remove any trailing zeros here because it's not recognizing this as currency, but rather a floating point number. So we have apples and oranges. So if I want to remove, let's say, bananas from this array, I would want to remove this entire element from the main array. So I'm going to use array splice because it keeps track of the new index really conveniently for me. So I'm going to say array splice. Don't need that extra parenthesis in there. And then the first parameter for this is going to be the array that I'm going to splice. So I'm going to say AR fruit stand because, again, I'm acting on this main array to remove one of these elements. It doesn't really matter what the element is in this case. So I'm going to remove element 0, which is this first element. Remember, the index of the first element is 0. And I'm going to only remove one element from that array. So those are the 3 arguments that array splice takes. And then you can see here, print block here that I've already written that's exactly like the first one. And it's just going to print that array in that pre-formatted way one more time for me. So let's take a look at that in code here. So I'm going to run that. You can see the first one has the 3 elements. And now when I print the array the second time here, it only has apples and oranges. So I have successfully removed this element from the array, and I should be left with 1 and 2, but what you'll notice is because I use splice, the array has been re-indexed so that now apples is the first element in spot 0, and index number 1 is oranges, and that's the whole array. So now let's use another command called array push, or another function called array push, to add a pineapple array, or a pineapple element, which will be an array, to this main array. So I'm going to create a very short-term array called AR pineapple, and I'm going to use the array command because I'm going to create an array, and I'm going to use the exact same format that we've been using up here. And in fact, I can just copy this, and let's change this to pineapple. And pineapples are less common, so we'll just have 5 of those, and we'll charge $5.75 each, which is probably still a pretty good deal. So now that I have this pineapple element as an array stored in this variable, all I have to do is add it to the array that we are working with for the fruit stand using array push. So I'm going to use array push, and first I give it the fruit stand array, and then what I want to add to the end of it, which is the pineapple array. So I'm basically saying push this element into this array. So now if I do the print block one more time, let's just uncomment that. It should give me the new array with the pineapple and I have to add my semicolons there, but it should give me the new array with the pineapple added to that. So let's refresh that page. Okay, so we can see the first array, bananas, apples, oranges. Now we just have apples, oranges. And finally, here we go, apples, oranges, and pineapples. So that is how we use array splice to remove an array element and array push to add an array element in a multi-dimensional array like this one.